Hello and welcome to lesson 4 of the grade 1 keyboard tutor book. In this lesson we're going to be learning about the chord of C minor and we're going to be learning about the chord of G minor. So let's have a look at the chord of C minor first. Now when you go from a major chord to a minor, what you actually do is just flatten the third note. So you lower it by a semitone. So C major has an E natural in, your C minor has an E flat in. So you can see that in this example they're telling you to do this chord in second inversion like this. So your first piece that you've got here to play is called Charlie C minor, which gives you an opportunity to practice these chords. So let's set it all up. So we've got pop in, 140. Here we go. So even on the exercises, you might want to just spice it up by putting in the intro and ending buttons. Now, my advice to you with all these exercises is make sure that you're quite fluent with your new chords before you go into trying it on the first proper piece. Because if you're not fluent in your exercises, then you're not going to be fluent when you're playing with your right hand as well. So that's a very good bit of advice for you to do. Now your next piece, called Got Those Happy Feelings, is an interesting piece because part way through you have an extra little detail in. So if you have a look at bar 17, it says add vocal. Then later on at bar 33 it goes back to just playing the synthesizer again. So with this piece then you've got to go back to playing your right 1 and your right 2. So let me explain how this works. So in your right 1 you set it up on your synthesizer. In your right 2 you set it up with your vocal. So when you get to this middle bit you touch both together and that gives both voices coming out at once. Then later on back to just synthesizer with just the one voice. Now you do have fill-ins in this piece as well. They're not mandatory, but if you want to put them in, feel free to put them in as well. The choice is yours, really. Right, let's put the tempo on 130. Make sure everything's set up right. That's set up. Put the intro on because there's no upbeats in this. And here we go. So moving on to the G minor chord, and you will notice that the same thing applies with the G minor chord. If you play G major, there you go, there's your G major, flatten the third, and that gives you your G minor. So your next little exercise to do is called grateful G minor chords. So we need to set it up again on 140. Okay, I'm going to do it without the intro this time. And then the final piece for this lesson is heart to heart. And you will notice it's actually in the key of G minor to link in with your G minor chords. You've also got a DCL fine at the end, so you have to go back and finish where the fine is, which is just here. No changes of voice in this one, so we just put the brass in. Tempo 104. Okay. And we need the soul in as well. Okay, we have the intro on with this one. So here we go. And that completes lesson 4.